All right, listen up, bitch. This is your March wake up call. You've been playing small through the winter, but now it's time to shake off the frost and step into the raw power and potential that's been simmering inside of you all along. I am your host, Brandon Lynette, Christian mindset coach, best-selling author, and your fierce new cheerleader. And this is the Listen Bitch podcast. Season 7 is all about unapologetically owning your worth, embracing the audacious vision that God has for your life, and breaking through every barrier that has kept you stuck. If you're ready to ditch the hesitation, stop doubting your dreams, and start living the life you were born to claim, then you've landed in the right spot. Every week, we're plunging into faith, mindset, and the no nonsense truths that are going to help you ignite to the next level. No fluff, no excuses, no bullshit, just bold talk about stepping into your purpose and power. Okay? March is here. It's time to start tiptoeing around, babe. Get ready to rise up, show up, and make this your year of unshakable growth. This is the Listen Bitch podcast where faith meets fierce and you finally start unleashing your true potential. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, my babies. Okay. We survived another beautiful weekend. Did we though? Did we survive it? And I keep talking about March here, but there's still snow, you guys. I think Mother Nature is a little scared to step into her spring fling. She's a little scared. Um, Listen, today's episode is going to be a little different. I think it does absolutely align when it comes to our purpose and our potential because 1 in 4 Americans are struggling with chronic pain. Okay. So, whether it's something that you have experienced personally, or if it's in my case, someone close to you, either way, it absolutely does and can significantly impact your journey towards your potential. Okay. There is an emotional struggle, a physical struggle. Um, you guys, I have squirrel brain and I don't know how to turn the ringer off on my computer. I'm just gonna be honest, and it keeps ding. And these struggles create barriers, okay? They create barriers to growth and fulfillment. But in my case, this has been something that I have lived with my husband. A few years ago, he was diagnosed with what we call AS, and this is a immune system issue, and it is basically your spine hardens. A lot of people end up unable to walk. I mean, it's a dreary, there's no cure. It's a terrible diagnosis. And since I met my husband, um, he always had pain. And so because he had gone through addiction with painkillers, that wasn't an option for him. So his next option, because this is kind of it's the go-to, it's the in thing, right, is drinking. So that was his next step, is just excessive and copious amounts of alcohol, which became a toxic relationship for us and for our relationship. So that didn't work out. And then I started, we did the whole I would make him weed brownies or, edibles, whatever that was like. And he just got tired of being dumbed down. Like he just got tired. It was exhausting him to always be high. So, we did a lot of lifestyle changes. We did a lot of things, quit the heavy drinking, he doesn't drink hard alcohol anymore. Like we just did a lot of things. He exercises, things like that. Okay. Um, and that stuff helped, but it's never enough. And I don't know if you guys know, like he was miserable and angry, and it was, it just was like, you can understand why he doesn't feel good, but it was still something that was really hard to coexist with. Okay. There is an emotional and mental strain, whether it's firsthand, maybe you're the one that's actually in pain, or you're helping someone that's going through it. It's emotionally exhausting. It is frustrated. And literally, I know that my husband had so many moments of feeling hopeless. And all of these negative emotions, it's absolutely going to cloud any clarity needed just to have any peace in your life, let alone stepping into your potential. And absolutely, you can kiss motivation goodbye. Your focus is disrupted because this pain is demanding attention and energy. And if you care for someone, it's taking attention and energy from you too. And it makes it hard to stay focused on any goals or just even day to day responsibilities. There is a constant distraction of trying to manage the pain or be comfortable. And it shifts attention away from every aspect of your life, from growth, from self improvement. It makes it harder to align with the calling and let alone the purpose that God has placed on your life. You are not hearing it. You're not hearing it. It limits your physical capacity. So now we just have this reduced ability to engage in activities that are going to foster your growth, that are going to bring you peace, whether it's like work, exercise, whatever self-development you're looking for. Then it makes you feel like you're stuck in a cycle. So we become our own worst enemy. We're unable to even think that potential is possible, let alone reach it, because we have this like lack of physical and mental energy or capability. And then you've got this spiritual doubt for sure. I mean, you have chronic pain. So how can you actually start to build that relationship, because there's so much doubt, and you're going to start testing, you're going to start testing it. Like, why is this happening to me? Where is God in the suffering? All of these things. And you have this temporary disconnect from faith, which is the foundation of any growth process. So now how are you going to feel empowered to even flirt with the idea that God would possibly have plans for you? And then it just keeps you isolated, right? You've got the social withdrawal, isolation because of physical limitations, or maybe because people can't understand your pain. I think that was very frustrating for my husband, is that I wasn't experiencing it firsthand. I don't think there's on any level can I understand what he's possibly going through, because I cannot relate. I don't know what it's like to not be able to get out of bed, right? I don't know what it's like to not be able to, stand up out of my chair, or to constantly just be in pain. It became his identity. Okay. But I want to make sure that you I lost my train of thought. Good Lord. Okay. We're not trying to derail your entire journey. Okay. I want to talk about what I have found and different strategies that we have for dealing with this pain. Okay. Did lifestyle changes help my husband? 1,000%. Okay. We eat a lot better. We're very protein focused. Like I said, he's working out, ditching the booze. Uh, he's not a junk food person, drinking water only. There's a lot of things we did to, give him that break. And to be honest, it just wasn't enough. And so I have prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed for something, right? Not just something for him, but I genuinely have wanted to increase my streams of income. Okay. And so I had a friend message me the other day, and she was like, do you want to, I have something that you might want to try. And she starts telling me about it. She tells me how her mom hadn't been able to do a lot of things for a lot of years. And she sent me a video of her getting up and moving around, which is something that she's never been able to do. And so I'm going to be honest, when she told me about these, I thought she was full of shit. Okay. Because they're no ingredients. Okay. Like no ingredients. And it's a little patch you stick on your body. Okay. I've done patches with other companies, and I think it's all bullshit. Even one of the companies I currently am with now had a patch, and I feel like it did help, but it wasn't significant enough that when I stopped, I noticed. Okay. So yeah, I just thought it was bullshit. But here's the thing. If you guys have been with me, you hear me talk about microdose Mondays, and I talk about, all of the communication that happens in our brain, how we get into the default mode network, and how communication can be created. New neural pathways can be created in our brains. And I talk about that so much. I have become obsessed with how the brain works. Okay. I'm not going to nerd out on the brain stuff, but when I read how these are a pattern, it's like Braille for your brain. You guys understand that our brains are constantly reacting to stimulus outside of our bodies all day. Sound, touch, all of these things, like our brain is constantly responding. So when you get some science behind some communication to repair the pathways in your brain, like your pain pathways can be repaired. And this is how I know this to be true, because my husband is my biggest critic, the biggest skeptic, if I would have told him, hey, I want to go in on this business, and he didn't find this, he would be like, hell no. The second day he took these patches, he said, Brandon, launch the business, like do the business. That's how much he is backed up on this. Not only that, that day he let his friend try it. His friend at work has had cancer multiple times and is in chronic pain on tons of medication. He texted him the other day. He takes his pain meds once a day, and these pain patches have literally saved his life. Saved his life. I can't imagine like where is your brain is going to be clouded, your mind's going to be cloudy when you're taking all of these pain prescriptions. You just don't have a chance. There's so many side effects from that. This is no ingredient, FDA approved medical device. Okay. And I'm backing this up with a money back guarantee. It will immediately ease your chronic pain. How would this transform your life? My husband took this day one, 50% of his pain was gone. And the more he has worn it, like he is done. He's done with the pain. And I mean, we haven't had to go a day without the patches. So I'm not sure what that's going to be like. Hopefully he doesn't have to. But I can't imagine. Like he's a different person. Taking someone who has been a bear and just not comfortable in their body because they're in that suffering zone, like he's just someone so different. I've watched a lot of testimonies on this page and I'll share more. In fact, I think I'll have some people on the podcast just to talk about it because they know more than I do. All I know is husband, pain, tried this out, no pain. I'm in. I'm all in 100%. I'm all in. I tried a few other patches. We do have a lot of other patches for different things. I just am obsessed and the science is there. It's absolutely just pure science and is something incredible for your brain. So what are some things that can happen if you take a chance? And like I said, I really did think that she was full of shit until my husband tried these and I saw something different inside of him. Okay. There is going to be restored energy and focus because you have that immediate relief from pain. So now you have the mental and physical energy to get back to what really matters. You're not missing the small moments. You get that renewed sense of purpose and you have clarity. So you're not hindered by this constant distraction of pain. You can achieve anything that you thought was impossible. You can be in the moment. You can enjoy time with your family. You could be excited to get out of bed. You've got improved emotional health because this is the thing. Pain changes your mood. It changes your outlook on life. A relief from that is like a huge, heavy burden being lifted. Okay. This is how you start to get back to restoring a sense of joy, to think that peace and hope are possible. And if you've been suffering in silence, absolutely, this is going to be a renewed sense of gratitude and contentment. And guess what? That's going to renew and strengthen relationships because you're going to start to have a more positive mindset. You get to be you, you get the mess out of the way. You can reconnect with your purpose. You can, get faith back into your life. You can get back to figuring out what the calling is on your life. That ability to live pain free, you get your independence back. You can get back to physical activities that you've avoided, like maybe walking and exercising or something you can't even do, or maybe you just haven't been able to just sit still and enjoy time with your family without that constant burden of pain. I want you to reinvigorate your life. I want you to be here to fully participate in this human experience, be a part of the world around you. And it is absolutely a ripple effect. It has changed so much in him that it has changed everything. Like there is not a heaviness now. Like it was almost like an eggshell of like, God, I hope his back isn't bothering him because he is a bear and it's exhausting. Okay. When someone finds that pain relief, it doesn't just affect them, it affects everyone around them. He's got a different outlook. He has a different mood. He's helping other people because they're like, whoa, you're not in pain. The guys at his job and he works, these guys are lifting up heavy ass parts all day, lifting them up, putting them down, lifting them up, putting them down. Okay. So they're doing like all this rigorous shit and people have an answer now. They have an answer. So I know it feels like a never ending battle. I know you feel like your energy has been stolen and you are just constantly frustrated, or you're living with someone who is experiencing this and you can't stay focused, you can't stay positive, and you sure the hell are not connected to your purpose. But this is how you get to break free. That's it. It works quickly, it works effectively, and it's FDA approved. That's what blows my mind. I'm not a fan of the FDA. I'm not a fan. Okay. If in the companies I've been in, they have messed with some ingredients and products because they think they can. But this is a big deal for it to be marked as a medical device. This is huge. So there are no ingredients. Okay. There's nothing, no ingredients. Imagine waking up without that constant ache. Like imagine having that sense of freedom that you haven't felt in forever. Imagine the mental fog is lifted and you can focus on the shit that matters. Having that renewed energy, reconnecting with your loved ones. And I know that it gets exhausting to try new things because so many people have let us down. And I've been that person. I all of my friends know I will try anything once. I will try anything once. And I am let down consistently. Consistently. But they're so confident in the effectiveness of this product, these two patches that I'm going to tell you to get, okay? Two patches used together. They are so confident in that if you do not experience the relief you deserve, they give you your money back, no questions asked. No questions asked. So I want you to stop letting pain control your life. I want you to take a step towards being pain-free. That's how we move into the potential of who we're meant to be, is that we handle the shit that we think we've had to live with forever. You do not. And if you're like, man, it's not just pain, there's a lot of signals in my brain, there's a lot of misfiring going on in my brain communication. We could talk about other opportunities too. I have a ton of patches. Okay. I have a whole lineup of patches that are going to help repair the signals in your brain so they can communicate clearly to each other. But this one is probably the most important. And I mean, my mind is blown when you watch these videos, like watching people get their life back. It's incredible. So you're going to be looking for freedom and liberty. My link is in the podcast show notes. This is not something that you want to sleep on. Okay. Because chronic pain isn't just taking a toll on your body. It is stealing your joy, your focus, your sense of self. Your identity is the pain now, and it's killing you and everybody around you. And if you're someone who lives with someone with the pain, you know that slow death. We're not letting pain define us any longer. Okay? That endless struggle, you don't have to stay there. I have a solution, and I put my name on this 100%. So that's it, you guys. That's it for today's podcast show. I can't keep this to myself. I think it's super important, and I will bring some professionals on when I get my schedule worked out and a little more consistent. Okay, I've had a rough start. Last week was great, but let's give it a couple weeks of consistency, and I'll bring on some pros here. That's it. That's the show. That's it for today's Listen Bitch podcast. You've got the spark, the faith, and the answer to your pain. Now it's time to take that March momentum and charge. No more hiding, no more playing safe. It's time to step into the fierce, purpose-driven human God's been shaping you to be. This is your month to break ground and build something unstoppable. Make sure you check my show notes for today's link, okay? Your liberty and freedom is what you're after. Isn't that so fucking American? I love it. I love it so much. I just, let's go. Okay. America. America. So make sure you check out my website as well and subscribe. I've got YouTube videos up now. So subscribe there, give your girl a shout out and some support. TikTok will have journal prompts. And of course, we are not going to forget Bible study with a badass. Also could be found on YouTube or in my private Bible study for a badass group on Facebook. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.